welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading is for the water sign Scorpio for January 2026. Scorpio, how are you? I hope that you had a great holiday season, and I'm excited to be here doing the first reading of the new year for you. For the reading, I'm using the Gilded Tarot deck by Ciro Marchetti. I'll be doing a 10-card Celtic cross spread. As I usually mention, these readings are general in nature, so the messages may or may not resonate. If you do enjoy the reading, please do consider giving it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. You can also subscribe to the channel. That way you will be notified every time I do upload new content. And if you're looking for more frequent content, sort of daily, weekly videos, you can find those over on TikTok. I'm at Changing Phases Tarot on TikTok. All right, let's get going. So you begin with, center of your spread, the Eight of Pentacles. So a focus on your work, on your finances. For some of you, you might be looking to go back to university, get, a degree, do some additional training, get certified. This might be on the job, training that you have to do. It's oftentimes referred to as the apprentice card. So there's a real focus on, perfecting your craft, working hard, being diligent. The Suit of Pentacles itself has to do with the work that we do, the money we earn, material possessions, home, family. So you're starting the year off really focused on on honing your craft and the work that you do and the money that you earn. We have as what could help or hinder, right? The crossing energy of the Temperance cards. It's number 14 of the Major Arcana. And Temperance it's all about, balance and maintaining sort of this balanced approach to, and it could have to do with, about taking a balanced approach to how you work. Sometimes sort of the Temperance is like the opposite of the Devil card, which is like everything in excess. So it sometimes shows up when when things are out of balance, when you're working too much, neglecting your home life. But it could be that, there is a need for balance, or it could be that, the work that you're currently doing, your focus on your career is bringing balance into your life. We have in the deep past, the foundation of the spread, the Eight of Cups. So the second 8 in your spread. But this is one of the two transition cards, one of the two movement cards, right? Representing this transitioning, moving on, leaving behind one situation in search of, something that is going to be better, more fulfilling, with it being the Suit of Cups, water energy. It has to do with our feelings, emotions, right? Relationships. And even though he doesn't necessarily know what lies ahead, or that it definitely will be better, because he doesn't actually know that, but he trusts that what lies ahead will be better than what he's leaving behind, and he knows that he can't stay where he is, so he's moving on in this new direction. So this, for some of you, you could have already been through this energy. It could have to do with a job. It could be like you might have left a job in search of a new one. For others, you could have left behind, a situation or a relationship. It's going to be different for everybody watching. In the recent past, you have the Hierophant. This is number 5 of the Major Arcana. And the Hierophant can show up in a reading when you are signing contracts, entering into a new company. You're a new employee, so you're entering into this large organization. It can also show up when you're dealing with large organizations such as the government or school systems or large religious institutions, or like universities. So, if you're going back here, if you are getting a degree, this is sort of the, dealing with or entering into this large system like the educational or higher educational system. We have crowning the reading, the 5 of Cups, which, it sits opposite this 8 of Cups. And the 5 of Cups is about, disappointment. But it's, the person on the card is so concerned or just crying over the 3 cups that they don't have things, representing what hasn't worked out. Could be, a job that hasn't worked out, a relationship, just any situation that hasn't worked out. but they're just focused on them, and by doing that, they're missing out on the Two of Cups that are right behind them, representing that Two of Cups, that soulmate connection. So, you know, representing the opportunities that are right there that they are missing out on by only focusing on what they don't have, what, you know, what hasn't worked out. Yeah, and we have the Two of Cups showing up here. So the Lovers comes in, number 6 of the major arcana. So, you know, there could be a soulmate connection for some of you. If it hasn't come in already, it could be very close to coming in or coming in this month, and it could lead to marriage for some of you, right? It could be a very balanced relationship, right? It could be very this deep soulmate connection with another individual here. You show up as the Magician. So the Magician is sort of the ace of aces. The Magician has all the tools at his disposal to manifest whatever he wants into reality, right? So it's, you are really, you know, in this very powerful position of manifesting whatever it is that you want with the Magician, yeah, with you showing up as the Magician. So what is it that you want? You know, this, he has the cups, the wands, the pentacles, and the swords on the card. So it's deciding what it is that you want to manifest. We have in your environment surrounding you the Nine of Wands, sometimes referred to as like the Wounded Warrior card. It's like needing to face one last obstacle, one last battle before being able to end this particular cycle, right? The Nine of Wands is nearly at the end. The 10 would be the end of that particular cycle. But there might be some, you know, some obstacle that you have to face with it showing up here. But it doesn't, I mean, with you as a Magician, I feel like you're going to overcome whatever that obstacle might be. We have another number 9 here with the Hermit showing up in your hopes and fears. So the Hermit is, you know, he goes off, he's a very spiritual figure. He goes off in search of this spiritual knowledge on his own sort of spiritual quest, guided by this lantern representing his, you know, that inner light, that inner knowing, knowledge, intuition. So there could be a focus on your spirituality this month, on, you know, developing, like might be practicing, you know, reading tarot cards, or just really focusing on your own intuition this month. Interesting. And then we have a 10 coming in with the Wheel of Fortune. So we have the 9 and the 10, so progressing here from the 9 to the 10 with the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, if you have been on the downward turn of the wheel, the things are, by the time you get to the end of January, things are really starting to shift and moving in your favor. But the Wheel of Fortune is generally as positive, right? This positive turn, a positive turn of events, things starting to go in your favor with this Wheel of Fortune showing up. Very karmic energy as well. And we have another 10 showing up with the 10 of Pentacles. So yeah, there's growth potential here from the 8 of Pentacles to the 10. So, you know, if you haven't done so already, this, whatever this move is away from or moving on, I feel that, you know, it's gonna definitely, you'll be rewarded with this 10 of Pentacles. This is like that generational type wealth. So some of you might actually be receiving, you know, a lump sum of money, receiving an inheritance, could be property. But there's, you know, a significant growth here with this 10 of Pentacles showing up. So we have, just looking at major arcanas, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major, so 6 out of 10 cards are major arcanas, which tells me that, you know, this is a very significant month, a lot of divine orchestration at play, you know, so, you know, divine, you're being divinely guided, things, sort of people and opportunities being put on your path, you know, by the universe this month. So things slightly more out of your control than, say, when you have more minor arcana cards, the major arcana cards showing up. That it looks like a very positive, very powerful month for you. So I do hope that the messages have helped. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful month of January. Bye for now.